Hi everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can see with the massive pile of books behind me, we're going to be reorganising my bookcase. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while because my bookcase has recently just become a dumping ground. I'm very quickly, or to be honest, I have run out of room really on my bookcase. I do have a bookcase downstairs and it's kind of just, yeah, I feel like I should be making use of that one a bit more because there's nothing on it really. But yeah, I have my main bookcase in my office just because I could have it downstairs in the living room, but I like to film in front of my bookcase and my living room is quite dark, and especially if I'm filming on an evening. Yeah, I just feel like it's better in my office at the moment, and I have my reading chair up here as well and I really love to read in here. So it just makes more sense to have this up here at the moment. But I feel like my book collection is growing, so I'm soon going to need another bookcase, but for now this one's fine, and I do generally unhaul books quite often. But yeah, as you can see, I've got a lot of books on the floor piled up ready to be reorganised. They're kind of in order but not really. And then this is my little pile of decorative items like my crystals and Funko Pops that I have on my bookcase as well. So yeah, we're going to tackle the bookcase reorganisation. I love watching these videos, and yeah, like I said, my bookcase has been needing some TLC for a while. So why wait any longer? I'm going to be showing you my books as well, some favourite books that I have. And yeah, we're just going to have a fun, chill time. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. This video is going to be a bit chaotic because I'm going to need to move you around quite a bit. My office is not massive, so I'm just going to have to hold you in certain places so you can see. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the bottom shelf and work up. That's just obvious that I should do that. So because I'm going to put my heaviest books on the bottom shelf, I'm going to have to put Throne of Glass on the bottom because yeah, this is the biggest series that I've got so far and they're the heaviest books that I have, so I feel like my Sarah J Maas kind of shelf is going to have to be on the bottom. I actually did have them at the top at one point on the top shelf and that was just a big no-no. So yeah, these are going to go on the bottom. That can go down there. Akatar is next. I actually tabbed all of these apart from A Court of Frost and Starlight. And then next up it's Crescent City series. That can go, yeah, that can finish off that shelf for now. So the next shelf up is going to be pretty similar to what I had before. Before it was kind of like my general fantasy, higher fantasy kind of books on there. And yeah, I think that shelf, I really liked that shelf actually. So we're going to keep that one the same. So we're going to do that one now. So I'll flip the camera around so you can see what I'm doing. So my next shelf up is going to be the rest of my fantasy books, but kind of like my romantasy books, my gothic fantasy books. And yeah, I'm going to show you some of my favourites whilst I do it. So I think on this side, I'm going to start with The Dawn of Onyx. This book is really good. I don't actually see a lot of people talking about it anywhere really, and I really enjoyed it. I think one of the things that I like most about this book is that the whole world is inspired by crystals, and yeah, it's just a really underrated book. It's really good. I think next to that one is going to be The Crimson Moth, another one I absolutely love. I am obsessed with this, and I am so excited to read Rebel Witch. I'm just going to go over to this side and I'm going to pop Where the Dark Stands Still there. This again is a really underrated book. I don't see loads of people talking about it. But this book is inspired by Polish folklore. It's really enchanting to read, and yeah, if you like One Dark Window, then I highly recommend Where the Dark Stands Still. It's such an underhyped book and it just deserves so much more love. The next book I'm going to pop on is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. I might eventually get rid of this. I might get rid of it. We're going to pop it on the shelf for now. It can go at the end. I think I want to get rid of it. If you've seen my last video, I explain more, but I just didn't like it. I didn't enjoy that book. So that can stay there for now. So my next shelf up, I think it's going to be a bit more of a feature shelf for my favourite series, or like favourite series / mini series. So we're going to start with the Belladonna series by Adeline Grace. I love this series with all of my heart, especially Wisteria. If you've seen my last YouTube video, you'll know how much I love these books. So I kind of want these stacked. We'll leave them there for now. Next up, another series that I love so much is the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. I think if you're looking for a really cute kind of nice fantasy to read during spring and summer, these are really spring vibes as well, all the covers. So I feel like they might be really nice books. If you haven't read them yet, then I think they'll be really nice to read in spring and summer. I forgot my hardback of Belladonna. These two, Wisteria and Belladonna, how stunning are they? Oh, just gorgeous. I'll show you the Wisteria one now. I just need the foxglove one because I don't have the foxglove one, and I really want it to finish off this series because they're my favourite series, and I just feel like I don't really buy multiple versions of books unless I absolutely love them. And I feel like eventually I'm going to want to go back to the paperbacks and annotate them so when I reread them. So I really want the special editions of the hardbacks. And then it's time to add my absolute favourite duology of all time, One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. So we're going to add these on. I've also got the proof art copy that I got sent of The Night and the Moth, but I'm just not really sure how I'm going to add these on yet. If I do that, I feel like it's just not going to work because they're like, if I was to stand these up, I would then have those at the end. like that there, and that's just not... Can I? I feel like that's a no. I feel like that's like not... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have the Belladonna books going in order by hardbacks by paperback, because I feel like that's going to be the only way I can get around this situation. So they can go like that, because these are my favourite. They can have pride of place in the centre. So I've got I've got the Cruel Prince series that I've had for the longest time and I've still not read. I feel like because they're so hyped up, they're just books that I just keep putting off because I've got such high hopes, and I feel like I've just seen a lot of them, so I'm wanting to read books that... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I will pick these up, and they're a really nice size as well. They're not massive books, so I'm going to pick them up at some point. I feel like I'm going to put them there for now. My boyfriend's dad got me this for Christmas, and amazing choice. It was a really good choice from him. He's a massive reader as well. He loves reading. He's reading a book all the time. So I'm going to read this one at some point. I feel like it gives spring vibes, so I think this one is going to be... It's definitely going to be one I read in spring or summer this year. That's going to go next to Belladonna. Okay, so these next books I've got, they're a bit of a mixture again, but I'm just going to have to fill up the space I've got on there for now. I have got Anatomy. I'm going to add Anatomy on by Dana Schwartz. Yeah, I'm going to add this one on. Actually, I'm going to do a bit of a switch up. So I've taken this one out of that shelf because it's got a floral cover, and I feel like it's going to go on this shelf a lot better. So that can go on here. And I'm also going to bring out The Thorns Remain. This, again, I haven't read. That one's going to go in there as well. And then maybe The Foxglove King as well. That can come out and possibly go on this side. And then Anatomy, that makes more sense being on this shelf because it's a bit more gothic. And this one, I got this to take on holiday last year, and it was recommended to me by one of the booksellers in Waterstones, but it was so slow. I ended up DNFing this one. So I'm going to put it on here for now, but I think it is going to be one I eventually get rid of because, yeah, I didn't really enjoy that one. To finish off this shelf, I am going to be a bit of a geek. I got sent some PR bits from Orbit when I received The Night and the Moth. So I'm going to add some of these on here because I just feel like, why not? Why not? So I'm going to add on this on top just because this is a dedication at the start of the book, and I just think it's beautiful. I just love it a lot and it really spoke to me. So I feel like that's going to go just there. How cute. And then I'm just going to add the bookmark on there as well, just so it doesn't get lost. So my tripod is really annoying me because it's not tall enough for me. It's not tall enough, so I'm just having to bend down. This next shelf is going to be... What is it going to be, Charlotte? It is going to be sci-fi. Partly sci-fi because I don't have enough sci-fi to fill the full shelf. So that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to put on, because I've still got a few fantasy left, so I'm just going to put on my Empyrean series. I've got Onyx Storm in hardback, Iron Flame, and a special edition of Fourth Wing. And then I've got the paperbacks of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. They're just going to go on this side. They're going to go there. I reread Fourth Wing at the start of January, and I tabbed the book out of this and annotated it to death. And if you want to see my annotations for this, I've got a short that you can watch that kind of shows you. But yeah, I love Fourth Wing so much. I'll show you the first page because I love it. I kind of did some like doodles and drawings on. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is throughout the whole book. So yeah, the next few that I've got is Poppy War by R.F. Kuang and Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. These two are on my TBR. I haven't read them. This one really scares me because of how big it is, and I'm sorry, but why is the writing so small? Why is it so small? So I might come around to this one this year. We'll see where I get to, but I just love the artwork in it. It's just stunning, and that's what it's like throughout the whole book as well. So I am looking forward to starting this one. A few of my friends on Instagram talk about this all the time and recommend it all the time, so I feel like for them I am going to need to get round it soon. Those two are going to go here. And now it's time to add on Sci-Fi, Empire of Silence. This is on my TBR. It sounds really cool. I love sci-fi because it's my favourite genre to watch, so I feel like I need to get round to more sci-fi books. Wool by Hugh Howey is, I think it's a trilogy. This is the first book and it's actually been made into a series on Apple TV called Silo. It's got Rebecca Ferguson in it. She's one of my favourite actresses and it's incredible. It's incredible. I need to read this. I haven't read it because of how much I love the series. I want to read the book and I don't normally do that. Then I'm going to add on the Red Rising. Then I'm going to add on the Red Rising trilogy. You can go next to it. Project Hail Mary is on my TBR as well by Andy Weir. This sounds really good. The author is the same author that wrote The Martian as well. I love that film. So yeah, I want to get around to this soon and I love the cover. The cover's really cool. So that's the end of my sci-fi books. So I think I'm going to move on to the top shelf just because I've got a lot of like general fiction, romance. I've got some thrillers that I just want to add on and then see where I'm at. And then we'll go from there to fill up the rest of this shelf. But yeah, we're just going to have to ignore the fact that this might end up being an overflow of this shelf. So these ones are going to be a bit of a feature on this shelf. Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favourite contemporary fiction authors. Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is one of my favourite books ever. I read it one year, I think randomly in like 2021 or something. I just love Evelyn Hugo's character. I want these to be a bit of a showcase just to show how much I love her books and I find them so easy to read as well. I've read Forever Interrupted and Malibu Rising, but I'd need to read these two. Then I think on this side I'm gonna have thrillers because I've got quite a few thrillers that I need to add on. I've come into a bit of a predicament. I've got Bat Eater that I've just read in hardback and my shelves are not long enough for it to sit up. Okay, so to get around this situation, what I'm going to need to do is I'm just going to need to put stacks on either side. Okay, so I have more thrillers than I thought I had. These are my thrillers. I've read Bat Eater. Butter is on my TBR this year. I'm really looking forward to getting around to that one. Love The Silent Patient, I've read that one. Strange Sally Diamond was my first read of this year and I absolutely loved it. The Mars Room is on my TBR, so's Yellowface, but we're reading that soon for our book club read, so I'm going to wait for that one. How to Kill Your Family, I started reading it. I softly paused reading it. I'm going to go back to it. And Stephen King, The Institute is also on my TBR as well. Let's see if it's gonna fit. The lights are in the way. The lights are in the way. Whew. There we go. I think it's gonna annoy me that, yeah, can stay like that for now. Actually, no it's not. No it's not. Okay, so I've got a lot of like extra books here that are on my TBR. I have a bookcase downstairs though, but I like everything to be in one place, but I feel like I should make use of that downstairs, but now I'm gonna have to decide what to put down there. And okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the thriller stack to this shelf and then we've got stacks on either side. We've got a big gap there actually, so they're gonna move down here. So what I've done is I've just moved the Poppy War and Empire of the Vampire down there, and then I've got Fourth Wing stack, thriller stack, sci-fi. I was expecting this to be a bit more smooth sailing than what it is. I'm just an indecisive girl, but I feel like this is working for now. I'm going to put these on the other side. Again, we're almost there, guys, we're almost there. Okay, so to finish off this top shelf, I've got The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. Actually, that's going to go there. That makes more sense being there. Then I've got Howl's Moving Castle and Where the Crawdads Sing. I actually have a Fairy Loot special edition of Howl's Moving Castle. Completely forgot. It was under a pile, so I need to add this one on. Look how stunning it is. It's just a gorgeous book, and it's one of my favourite movies ever. It's such a comfort movie for me. I've loved it since I was little. And yeah, that one is actually going to go on this shelf. I think we're out of room now. We're out of room. So this again was at the bottom of the pile. It's A Fire in the Sky by Sophie Jordan, and Anna got me this. So this is going to go on this shelf because this is like my fantasy dragon kind of shelf. Then what we're going to do now to finish it off, we're going to add on all of my little crystals, my Funko Pops. So to go on this shelf, I'm going to be adding my 3D printed dragon. I got this from a shop in York and I absolutely love him. I've called him Baby Drogon. If you've watched Game of Thrones, you'll know he's a dragon in Game of Thrones and he's my favourite. So he's a really floppy, cute little guy. He's going to go on this shelf, just there like that. He's adorable. I love him. Then we're going to kind of match the crystals to the vibe of the book. So I've got fire quartz, I've got a red jasper skull as well. Also got, it's just a red jasper pebble. They can go there. I'm going to move on to the next one because this is like my romantasy kind of gothic kind of shelf. We're going to have Wednesday Addams Funko Pop on there. Then we've got an onyx coffin. It can go in front of a dowry of blood because that's just the vibe. I've also got this really cool sphere. I feel like this is, I want to say it's tourmaline. I think it's tourmaline. But yeah, I've got this gorgeous sphere and I don't have a stand for it. So I'm just using a red jasper ring that I've got as a stand. And then I've also got a smoky quartz freeform as well. I can't remember what this one's called and it's going to really irritate me. I feel like it's tourmaline with quartz, but yeah. We'll pop that there for now. Right, on this next shelf, so we're going to put on this little wizard I got from B&M. Got an ocean jasper moon. It's just absolutely stunning. I've got a quartz. It's like a point, but it's a bit more of a free form. And then I've got orange calcite and I've also got unikite as well. It's a unikite little pebble and it's gorgeous. So that one can also go on here. Moving on to this next one. I've got a blue agate point, and then because this is like my sci-fi kind of shelf, I'm going to have my Funko Pop of Princess Leia there, and my Funko of Mando and Grogu. I just love these so much. I love that series and she's just my favourite, so they will look quite nice there. Can't remember what this one's called. I'm just going to pop that one on there. And then going on this top shelf, I've got a blue calcite freeform and a green aventurine point. I'm going to pop them in the middle actually there. Makes more sense there. And then I've got a clear quartz geode that can go on the other side. I've also got this really nice clear quartz point. I'm going to pop there. And a clear quartz freeform again. Just going to put that one on there. I've also got some thumbstones. So I've got a green aventurine and unikite thumbstone. And I do actually quite like holding these whilst I'm reading. So I feel like I'm just going to move these up. Pop them there. And I've also got a malachite little pebble as well. Just going to leave that there. I forgot, but on this bottom shelf, I've got my Daenerys Targaryen Funko. I'm just going to pop her there with the Game of Thrones books. And she doesn't stand up, which is quite annoying. So she's just I'll just lean her against there. So yeah, this is how the bookcase is looking. I'm actually quite happy with it. I'm much happier with it than how it was before. So yeah, it's obviously very full. I've got no more room on there now. So, and yeah, it doesn't look complete without all of my Funko Pops and my crystals on. So that's it. I've finally tackled reorganising my bookcase to a point where I'm happy with it and it's no longer a dumping ground. It is now a sacred environment for my books. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was highly requested on my Instagram. And yeah, I'm sorry if it's been a little bit chaotic. It's a little bit hard to film, especially when my tripod doesn't match my height. One thing that I do really want to get is a TBR cart, because I see so many people with a TBR cart, and I just feel like I really want one because I've got quite a lot of books on my TBR, and I feel like it's just quite nice to separate the books on your bookshelf that you need to read. So I'm gonna get one of those soon, and they're just really cute as well, and I can put all of my tabs and like stuff I use for annotating on there as well. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you could like or comment if we've got any of the same books on our TBR, or if you've got any of the same books that you love as well. If you feel like it, subscribe as well, I would love that too. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been really fun. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon or evening whenever you're watching this video. Thank you so much for watching as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!